When we published our first list of products that refused to die, the response was overwhelming. Millions of you watched and thousands of you commented, and the message was clear. You are tired of the plastic, you are tired of the subscriptions, and you are tired of the garbage. You told us that we missed some legends. You screamed at us for leaving out the Japanese trucks. You demanded to know which vacuum cleaner is not a disposable toy, and you wanted to know if there are any American brands left that have not sold their soul to private equity. We heard you. In this investigation, we are expanding the mechanics white list. We have compiled 7 more brands that have rejected the philosophy of planned obsolescence. These are the machines that are built to be inherited, not thrown away. Here is part 2 of the forever list. In our previous videos, we exposed how Ford and General Motors have ruined their trucks with cylinder deactivation and 10-speed transmissions. The comment section lit up with one word: Toyota, specifically the Toyota 4Runner. You have to be careful. While American companies are obsessed with putting twin-turbo 4-cylinder engines into full-size trucks, Toyota held the line for 20 years with the 5th-generation 4Runner. The new 2025 models have sadly switched to a turbo 4-cylinder, which is a tragedy, but you can still find brand new 2024 models sitting on dealer lots right now, or low-mileage used examples. The engine in the 5th generation is a 4.0 LV6. It is ancient. It gets terrible gas mileage. It only has 5 gears, and it makes a strange fan noise, but it is virtually unkillable. It was designed 20 years ago before the EPA strangled the automotive industry. It does not have turbos to blow up. It does not have complex hybrid systems to fail. It just runs. Mechanics call it the anvil because you can drop it off a cliff and it will probably still start. If you want a vehicle that will last for 300,000 miles with just oil changes, stop looking at the 2026 brochure. Go find a leftover 2024 5th-generation 4Runner before they are gone forever. If you walk into a store today, you will see a wall of plastic, battery-powered vacuums that look like sci-fi weapons. Dyson, Shark, Hoover, they are made of brittle plastic. The batteries die in 3 years. The bins are held together by cheap clips. They are disposable gadgets. If you want a vacuum that will last for 20 years, you need to ignore the marketing hype and buy a Miele. Specifically, the classic C1 or the C3 canister vacuum. Miele is a German company that tests its motors to last for 1,000 hours of use. While Dyson is trying to reinvent the wheel with cyclones and lasers, Miele is perfecting the sealed system. It uses a bag. Modern marketing has convinced you that bags are bad. That is a lie. A bagless vacuum destroys its own motor with dust. A bagged Miele protects the motor and filters the air so well that the air coming out of the exhaust is cleaner than the air in your room. It is quiet, it is powerful, and it is built with high-quality ABS plastic, the same impact-resistant material used in professional crash helmets. Stop buying a new plastic stick vacuum every 4 years. Buy the German canister and be done with it. Most blenders are toys. They have plastic gears, weak motors, and they burn out if you look at them wrong. There is only one blender that is built like a power tool, the Vitamix, specifically the Model 5200. This is not a consumer appliance. It is a piece of commercial restaurant equipment that they allow you to buy. The secret is the drive socket. On a Ninja or a Bullet, the connection between the motor and the blade is often plastic or rubber. On a Vitamix, it is metal on metal. The motor is so powerful that it does not need a heating element to make soup. It creates heat through sheer friction. You can run it for 20 years, and if it ever breaks, you can buy every single part to fix it. It costs $400, but in the time you own one Vitamix, your neighbor will buy 5 Ninjas. In our last video, we talked about Thorogood, but the comments demanded we talk about the king of American footwear, Red Wing Heritage, specifically the Iron Ranger. Most boots today are built like sneakers. They are glued together with cement. Once the sole wears down, they are trash. The Red Wing Iron Ranger is built using a Goodyear welt. The leather upper is stitched to the sole, not glued. When you wear through the rubber in 5 years, you take it to a cobbler. They cut the stitches, put on a new sole, and you have a boot that is good for another 5 years. The leather is thick, full-grain steer hide from their own tannery in Minnesota. It takes a month to break them in. They will hurt your feet at first, but once they mold to you, they are part of your body. Stop buying disposable hiking boots made of foam and mesh. Buy a boot that gets better with age. This is the smallest item on the list, but it represents the biggest philosophy, the Zippo lighter. In a world of disposable plastic Bics that end up in the ocean, the Zippo is a permanent object. It is made of brass, it has a hinge, a wick, and a flint. There are no electronics, there is no battery. It works on simple combustion physics, and it comes with the most famous guarantee in American history. It works or we fix it free. It does not matter if you bought it in 1940 or 2024. It does not matter if you broke it yourself. You send it to Bradford, Pennsylvania, and they fix it. That is a company that stands behind its product. I am talking about the Stanley Thermos, but you have to be careful. They make a classic series that looks like your grandfather's, but if you want the tank, you need the Master Series. It usually comes in foundry black. While modern coolers are made of roto-molded plastic, the Stanley Master Series uses steel that is 1 millimeter thick. That is double the industry standard. It can take a bullet, it can fall off a truck, and it will still keep your coffee hot for 24 hours. They recently went viral for their trendy cups, but do not let that distract you. The core product is still a tank. It is heavy, it dense, but it never stops working. If you go to a hardware store, most hammers have wooden handles that break or fiberglass handles that shatter. There is one brand that forges the entire tool from a single piece of solid American steel, Estwing, made in Rockford, Illinois. An Estwing hammer is unbreakable. The head cannot fly off because the head and the handle are the same piece of metal. The grip is leather washers stacked and polished. It rings like a bell when you strike a nail. It is the kind of tool you find in an antique shop, covered in rust 50 years later. You clean it up, and it works just as well as the day it was forged. Here is the verdict. The corporations want you to believe that technology equals progress. They want you to believe that a vacuum needs a laser, a truck needs a turbo, and a lighter needs a battery. That is a lie. Complexity is the enemy of durability. The products on this list are simple. They are heavy and they are repairable. They refuse to die. By buying them, you are sending a message. You are telling the industry that you demand metal, not plastic. You demand ownership, not subscription, and you demand a product that respects the money you worked hard to earn. Starve the landfill. Buy it for life. If these stories of enduring quality changed how you look at the disposable world around you, please subscribe and like this video. We are uncovering the history and craftsmanship that they have tried to bury. Let's build a future that lasts. The next treasure of durability will be revealed soon.